Good afternoon, it's Matt Rogers, Skywatcher UK, and the time is now 12 and it's the 8th of May 2017. And here in London, in the city, the heart of England, I just want to say that there's still people out there that's fast asleep to this huge event that's coming in. These huge planets that are coming in our inner solar system now, Nibiru and Helion and the moons and the huge binary twin Nemesis, the sun's twin, is out there in our inner solar system too. And I just want to wake people up. I just want people to be aware. The public need to be aware that the truth is out there. These huge objects. And also, there's been reports on news media about Montreal is in heavy water, flooded. They have got bad weather for the next 3 days with continuous rainfalls. I mean, strange weather patterns all the time. People sending me in as well, strange clouds. And also the atmosphere has changed. Everything is changing now. And also humanity. We are changing. But again, you can see on the screen here in the city of London, in the heart of the capital, these people are just unaware of everything that's going on because again, they just believe what's being told on news media all the time. And I get so frustrated and annoyed because we know what's happening now with our skies. We really are. It's happening all over the country and all over the planet. These low clouds and these strange looking clouds that are covering our skies and these objects behind them all the time. We're seeing this now. Again, I did a video just last night, early hours of the morning. There was a red object up there in the horizon, and it again looked very strange. It didn't look any of our celestial bodies that are known up there in the skies. And also I picked up other objects that were going past the moon as well. They weren't planes or any of our military craft. There was no noise, just white objects, no lights flashing. And again, people just still walk around being robbed with their taxpayers' money all the time. This government is still throwing up hoaxes and false flag events all the time on the media. We don't see the truth. They just want to keep our eyes down all the time. And I just stress to all of you, please be aware of this, because we've got these objects. These are in our system now. I just want to wake people up. It's so important to get these messages out there all the time. I don't make any money out of this. I just do it from the heart and the soul to show people that we are being lied to all the time. The mass are much bigger than the government and also the military. There's more of us than them. And they just want us to be silent with this situation. They don't want the word to go out all the time. There's other channels that are having huge problems. We're being hacked and basically videos being put down. It's just so unfair because humanity, the people on this earth that walk around every day, they need to know what's going on. They really do. They need to know that Nibiru is a true real object on a 3,600 year orbit. It's been here before, 5 times before, causing huge pole shifts, a huge tsunami waves. The mountains prove it because the ice and also the water levels, you can see them on the rock, and everything is being covered up. We're having the wool pulled over our eyes all the time. And it really is now about time that we get the truth, the acknowledgement, the knowledge that things are desperately changing now. I went out early hours of the morning, let's say 4 a.m. in the morning, looked at the sunrise, looked at the sky, and we're seeing all sorts of different reflections and colourings as well again, and lowered clouds peeled right down to the horizon, and the birds out there as well flying around, they get affected by the Earth's magnetic field. Everything. I mean, also as well, I see trees that are not growing. If you look around you, you will see darted about in the countryside, there's many trees that are not growing and it's the summertime now. They've lost their leaves and their healthiness. It just proves that the seasons are out of whack now. Our seasons are not the same anymore. Hot weather and then cold weather the next day and then red hot weather again. It just isn't right. The sun being white hot. The earth is crumbling. The sinkholes, there's so many of them now that are not being reported anymore by news media. There's earthquakes every single day. We're getting hundreds of earthquakes daily now. Rainfalls for no reason, just months of rainfalls in one day. Different parts of the world, they only give us snippets of the information and then that's it. We don't get told anymore. Humanity is on its knees. The government are running. The government are building those cities as from now. As we're talking now, the military are preparing. They have spent so much money of our money on those chemtrails, spraying the skies to hide everything. They're still doing it to this day, and they're doing it more. These chemtrails are much more thicker than ever before. I just wish and hope, hand on heart, that we all become open to the truth of this. As I was out in that farm field last night, and I looked up at the skies, things have definitely changed. They really have. The moon just doesn't look right anymore. It's changed. The reflections, the stars, everything has changed. Earth is tilting back and forth every single day. The wobble as well from the Earth is getting more erratic as the binary star is heading closer to our system, agitating our sun. Think about it. We look at the corona holes on the charts, the Soho charts, but the weather, media, government-run criminals don't say a word about it. So we have to research our own information because the sun is in deep trouble. We can see it in the sky now being hugely white. It's so bright and white now, it's not the same as it was, that yellow sun, because we've got those heavenly objects that are with it now that's causing huge problems to these solar flares heading towards our Earth every single day, battering our magnetic field all the time. But still, sadly, humanity will still walk around thinking everything's fine, everything's okay, and they will just go about their business to work, to their jobs, paying their taxes towards government to build and spend whatever they want. It's criminal. It's out of order. We should now, as human beings, stand up to the truth. Everybody should now understand that everything is falling apart now. It's a real situation on our hands. People living in their egos. It's so wrong because we as humanity should now be strength and strong with love and not hatred for one another. We should now be strong for one another because, as again, the subscribers are wide awake to this, and it's fantastic. We're getting more and more people that are being awake to the situation. And I will go to another part of the UK and show you that other people still sleep, and I want to wake people up all the time. So take care from Matt Rogers.